Sleepers podcast. I'm trying to get more and more creative with that.
Though we might be the Sleepers podcast, one thing we don't advise, sleeping on us.
I become uncomfortable when you use that voice.
Why is that?
I don't know. You feel it?
No reason for you to feel uncomfortable with me, Gregory.
It seems like you're possessed.
I'm possessed for my strive for greatness. That's about it. If that scares you, then by golly, you're going to have to get over it.
You remind me right now of like the guy from The Yard in Get Out. Like your eyes are just like, yeah, everything's good. Welcome.
Yeah, this just took a turn. Did this just turn racist?
I don't think so. I'm worried that a white man is possessing you right now, Cart. That's what I'm worried about.
I am possessed by a white man.
I don't know what that means. Okay. Welcome.
It's you.
Oh, it's I possess you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. Let's get to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Hi, it's us. It's me, Greg here. Hey, the big thing that happened in the last 24 hours is that I banned myself from our Discord. Cart, I believe in Sleepers Discord history, there have been 2 times that someone has been banned. Both times it has been me.
Yes, and both times it's been you banning yourself.
I think both times it's been deserved too, though. Like I definitely deserved it yesterday. I was getting chippy. Can't get chippy. Credit to your fan base. I would like to officially declare the Michigan State fan base got the best of me yesterday. They won. They went head to head with me, and I lost. I took the L. I ate the L, and I'm currently out of the Discord and banned for the L.
You're eating an L.
I'm eating an L. I'm eating a big L.
When are you coming back?
I don't know. Like I said I should be banned for a week, but that does feel a little harsh. I'm not gonna lie.
We can't have that though. We can't have that though, G. Because
we could.
There's people that pay to have access to you, and you have taken that away from them. Are we gonna cut the $10 a month?
Well, there's also people that pay to have access to you, and you ignore them 7 days a week, every week since the Discord has existed.
That is not true. Whenever I am added, I respond. But if you don't add me, then it's tough for me to jump in.
See, I don't think you're allowed to pull that card and then say, well, Greg, you can't be gone for a day. We need you. The people pay
I've
for
never
you.
I've never left the Discord.
Am I a Discord prostitute? People pay for my access. I got to come back to the people. People say jump. I say how high.
Yeah, I mean, you at this point you are. I think we've set it up that way. We've also, I guess, paraded ourselves as cheap prostitutes, only charging $10 a month. But yeah, it is at that point.
So you're selling my body. That's what has happened here.
Yes.
But I possess you.
Right.
We got some things to work out. We should go to therapy.
Our therapist will be in.
We could run such a great 2-man pick and pop on the therapist.
Like I can't do you guys. I can't do you guys anymore. I can't take this.
Actually, that would be a really good. I don't mean to make fun of therapy. In fact, I encourage people to go to therapy. You can get fantastic life-changing things from therapy. With that said, what I'm about to say, a great bet punishment for a loser would be like you need to actually start going to therapy.
That's a crazy losing punishment for a bet.
Well, you might end up winning, but like I think it would be funny if like we go head to head on like someone's points per game, and as a result, like you have to see a therapist for 3 months.
That'd be tough because I wouldn't be at a certain point. I'd be like, "Who do you think you're talking to?"
Have you ever gone to therapy?
Yes.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have.
I didn't know that about you. I love that.
I mean, it wasn't in person, but it was during COVID times.
Oh, I had no idea, Cart. I love that.
Yeah, but then I went outside and I was like, I might as well just shoot some jumpers. This shit works way better than therapy.
Well, that pro therapy. Let me make it unequivocally clear. This is a pro therapy podcast. With that said, Cart, you're in charge of comments in the Discord today, since I'm not in the Discord. But to make it easy on you, I would love to take over responsibility for the YouTube comment of the day today.
Let's go, please.
So this comes from DS Hendrix 71. Greg, this is for you. I saw you like Sbarro pizza, and I am in the same camp. I go to Merrillville about one time a month, and I always stop at the mall and get some. Here's my point. When you get south of Lafayette, Indiana, the Sbarros change to Luca de Roma. Seriously, it's the same pizza. If you read this, I will subscribe to the Discord. Number one, DS Hendricks, welcome to the Discord, my friend. We read it. Great comment. Anytime I see the word Sbarro, I'm all over it. I would have read this comment on the show. Even if you didn't put the Discord offer out, I want to talk Sbarro. You're lying, though. You're full of bullshit. Luca de Roma is not Sbarro. It's not. It's not the same experience. I've had Luca de Roma before. It's similar. It's good pizza. Do not get me wrong. We're not going to disrespect Sbarro by saying Luca de Roma has the same skill set.
Can I be critical here?
I'm afraid, but yeah.
Do you get to call yourself a Sbarro guy anymore?
Um. Oh boy.
Like,
Why?
when's the last, like,
Because I haven't had it in a while. Is that?
yeah, yeah. I don't think you can call yourself that if you haven't had it. When's the last time you had it?
Oh, I don't know, Cart. I don't know.
You're not, so you're a fake Sbarro guy.
No, the Sabaros just keep drying up around me. Every Sabaro within driving distance in the state of Michigan no longer exists.
And that's what stops the search for you. I mean, I consider myself a guy of a couple places. That wouldn't stop me.
I mean, what do you want from me? You want me to cross state lines to go get a pizza? Like
Yeah.
there's a Buddy's 8 minutes from my house right now.
So you're a buddies guy.
No, I'm a Sabaro guy.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You haven't had it in months.
All right, I hear you. I hear the Boo Birds. I got to show you. This is me being Xavier Booker and you're being us right now. That's what this is. Fine. You know what? It's outside of state lines. I'm going to show you. It got to me. I'm sad. Do you want to go to the Discord comments?
Should we get to the Discord comments?
You can go to the Discord comments.
Okay, shout out to the Discord. Please join the Discord for the low price of $9.99 a month. Make sure you do it on your desktop to secure that price. Otherwise, on the devices, they try to run up the cost on that. The best way to support us, if you join, maybe Greg will come back. We're gonna start with, I think we left off. I think the last question was Caitlin Clark's triple doubles, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Jay Hart says, can someone tell Kristen Peak engagement farming only pays if she pays for Twitter? That's honestly a very, very good point. If she is going to do that, she should get verified so she does get paid for that. That is just sound advice. Next comment comes from Toon. He says the biggest red flag in a player from a fan perspective. What's the biggest red flag in a player from a fan perspective, Gregory?
Ooh. I think head case.
I was going to say liking tweets.
Those kind of go hand in hand, I feel like.
Yeah. Any player that searches their own name is a red flag to me.
That's a big red flag for sure. Yeah, that's just what comes to mind because like there's so many dudes who I think are super talented that just fall off because of in here. It's an important part.
Is this a safe space?
Yeah.
Have you ever searched Sleepers Media on Twitter to see?
I have.
You have?
Well, so I don't do this much. I really don't.
Or have you ever searched your own name?
I have not searched my own name before. I swear. Haven't done it. Haven't done it. I don't care about that. I care about sleepers. I've searched on Twitter like once maybe, but like we get so much just in our mentions on Twitter. It's not as fun to search Twitter. What is actually fun, and I do relatively frequently, I search sleepers on Reddit.
Oh.
And I'm not a big Reddit guy. Like I don't have an account, but I just like search Reddit for random things without an account. If you search sleepers media or just sleepers on Reddit, a lot of times we'll pop up in like the big college basketball Reddit because people share things that we do.
Huh.
And we don't have a great approval rate over there, I don't think.
We don't? Damn.
There are times that like people like what we do or like share the content as if it's good, but like almost every time something's posted from us, somebody will respond and be like, yeah, I used to listen to sleepers all the time, but Greg's such a dick. I don't know how Carter does it.
I, Greg, thank you for giving me the lifeline just to like kind of scoot by. Like, I feel like I'm not held accountable.
You're really good at not being held accountable, though.
I
Like
am
that,
very good. Sorry, now like I'm searching stuff on here.
yeah, you can get lost in there. I would say I search Reddit like once a month. Like when we're doing like the NBA draft project, I kept searching to see if people um like if people were talking about it or posting if it made its way to the threads, you know.
I'm kind of mad you turned me on to this. I might start my morning by searching sleepers media. Like that might be it for me. Sorry, I'm deep in here now.
All right, let's get back to the show, Cart.
Do we have to?
Yeah, let's go back to the show.
Okay, I just found an interesting thread and I think I might have to okay, sorry. I'm mad I didn't see some of this stuff either because some of this stuff in here is basically upping us over our ops, and that's massive. This one comes from I Maynard. Why do American NBA players suddenly care about the Olympics again? Is it xenophobia because they are upset foreigners are the best players in the league, or do they care about and love America that much? Maybe they were just burnt out from Coach K's run. They really made it look easy with those teams. P.S. LeBron is doing this as a redeem team publicity stunt for his legacy. Why do American players suddenly care about the is that a thing?
I'm having a hard time processing the question. I don't mean to like be interpreting it in a rude way, but why do people care about the Olympics? Because it's the Olympics.
Yeah, I feel like American players have always cared about the
Yeah.
NBA basketball,
This
about the
is
basketball Olympics.
this is Braun's like fourth Olympics. Like
Yeah. I don't
I don't think Braun's doing anything for his legacy. He's playing the Olympics because it's the Olympics.
yeah. I don't really see that. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. D Crump 3. Is there a big gap between Reed Shepard and McCain? Kind of see them as being very similar at the next level, but McCain a little more explosive off the bounce.
Ooh.
I don't even know if I would say McCain's more explosive off the bounce, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Reed is like the better athlete on paper.
Also, Reed might be a better shooter than McCain.
I mean, they could play similar positions, similar roles in the league, but I don't think their games are overly similar at all.
Hmm.
Also, Reed is supposed to be like an impact defender. I don't view McCain as that at all.
Are you taking Reed Shepard over Jared McCain 10 times out of 10, or does it depend on team fit?
Oh man, I have no reason to justify this.
Hmm.
I think Reed Shepard is a better player in nearly every way than Jared McCain, but I won't be surprised at all if Jared McCain's better in the NBA. Like it just something has always felt off to me about Reed Shepard in the league.
Huh. Okay. Uh, Tristan Freeman. Welcome back, Tristan, by the way. Uh,
Yes.
with the transfer portal done, is there a roster that after the third or even fourth look, you're kind of starting to like more? For me, it's Wake Forest.
We gave Wake Forest a shout on yesterday's show. I don't hate that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
one that sticks out immediately. That's like outside of, I mean, I was already high on them before, but the more I look at Baylor's roster, I I really like it even more. But I'm also scared. Honestly, after the third or fourth look, I find myself being like, why was I so high on that team? Not like I'm underselling the team basically.
Yeah, I think my two, I think Kansas State, I'm doing a little like that class is better than I'm giving it credit for. Like a chore and Big U. are in theory impact
I
guys.
love Big U so much.
Like I'm trying to picture like what would Doug have looked like at Michigan if he had these three guys last year instead of just Kamala and nothing. And like the answer is probably pretty good. So yeah, I'm coming around on them a little bit. The other one, this isn't like a crazy like now that you look at the portal class one, but on a day-to-day basis, I've been coming around a little bit on your Michigan State Spartans cart.
Wow.
Like if Frankie Fiddler's just really good, then like I like your team. Everything else should be good for the most part. I mean, the center spot is what it is, but like my projection for Michigan State was built around like Fiddler's not going to be that good. So it sounds like Fiddler's great. That changes things in my mind in a pretty big way.
Yeah, I thought those are some good shots. Oregon's another one that I'm starting to come around on a bit more, but I need to see it from TJ Bamba that he can do something on a winning basketball team. Sleeve Nash, what do y'all think of Indiana's non-con schedule? That shit's weak as hell. Old Mikey trying to boost the record as much as possible to hang on to his job. We have a video of that on the channel. Go check that out. We make our thoughts well known on that. Boiler Daddy 8, who I think might be a new user as well. So welcome to Boiler Daddy 8, unless I missed that. Do the Grizzlies draft Braden Smith next year to get Edie the ball? Is there a world where Cooper Flagg and Zach are on the same team, and who surrounds them? To answer the first question, I think Braden Smith would actually make a great backup point guard, the John Morant, for what it's worth. And second, there's not a world where Cooper Flagg and Zach are on the same team. The Grizzlies will be too good to get Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight up.
Yeah, I agree.
Maynard, how do we feel about people saying Zach Edey can't be a star because his game is boring? He's just bigger than everyone else. Just to turn around and drool over Angel Reese being an offensive rebounding merchant for her own misses because she is a bigger than everyone else. She's half Caleb Love, half Baycott.
I mean, that's a horrible combination. That's you don't want to be that.
I'm sorry, the half Baycott, half Caleb Love thing has me laughing.
She's a human divorce.
The, I can't comment on. People hate Zach Edey because they hate greatness, and people like hating greatness. Hating greatness seems to be a thing nowadays. So there you go.
People don't hate Angel Reese because she's not great. Is that where you're going with that?
I wouldn't put her in the greatness category. No. Also, there are people that do not enjoy Angel Reese.
True. Is that because she's great?
Maybe. Honestly, stock down on us. Don't know if we have enough haters because we're not great.
Yeah, that's facts.
We got to work on that.
I hate myself.
Okay, let's not do that.
Does that mean I'm great?
Huh?
Does that mean I'm great?
I think you're great.
I don't want you to think. Oh, let's move on.
Okay. And now begins our Malik comment portion of the show where we have 5 straight of them. So here we go. Let's see. First one here. I think Carter has dug himself a huge hole. He needs to prove his skills to us all. Run on the track with your broke back. Make fire, do something to make us believe in you, big back, from your favorite short person.
Run on the track with your big back. Make fire, do something.
I mean, I guess I do got to show people soon. Another one from Malik. With the Phelps versus Biles debate, I wasn't saying she's better. Just say that she isn't amazing in her own way. Is wrong. One's a swimmer, the other a gymnast. Two different sports. Each is amazing, but won't stand my ground. Also, both are amazing. How do you read these all the time?
It's my favorite part of the day.
Is it?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I do.
Okay. Another one from Malik. With all this talk about rookie of the year in the WNBA, I think Caitlin Clark is in the lead. Yes, Angel Reese has a double-double record going on, but those rebounds are just funny to watch. She's not a good offensive player outside the paint. You have a lean on who's rookie of the year in the WNBA, Gregory?
Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin. All right.
Yeah.
Malik again. Purdue Glaze Liquors are mad you guys are talking about Cooper Flagg so much. Tell them to clean the crumbs out of their butts and deal with it. The kid doing big things. Sorry, he's getting a lot of attention. That's how it is.
I agree.
Okay.
He spit facts.
Malik again. We'll keep out of the comments section with non-comments. Let's do better and be better. And Greg, I'm a shellback, actually. I'm a golden shellback. Little accomplishment of mine. Can't wait for the season to start.
I'm a golden shellback. That's an accomplishment.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Good God.
He's such a genius.
Once again, guys, no discussion in the comments, please. Do not make us get upset with you guys. Sleeve Nash, can you guys name your top 5 favorite old school college basketball logos?
Ooh, that's hard off the top of my head. I love the little North Carolina Ram when they actually like use that logo, but that's not a basketball logo. That's just Carolina, you know?
Yeah, I honestly know like really old school college basketball. I mean, I like the Jayhawk. Kansas is like old, like
Yeah.
older one.
Shout out to Tennessee Lady Vols logo.
That's nice. Am I making this up? Did the Baylor Bears logo used to be an actual bear paw?
They had like that bear Wolverine graphic that there's 17 different teams with the same like animal head, and then you just
Uh,
change the colors. Auburn's tiger is the same. It's a bear with a little cap on. You know that one?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm, yeah, I can't think of any that come to mind right away. Maybe I'll give a better answer for that next time, Sleeve
I
Nash.
just like all throwback logos. That's my big takeaway is like just bring more throwbacks back. Also, we're getting old because there's teams like the Sixers doing this in the NBA. The jerseys they just wore in our childhood are now throwbacks, and it's
Yeah,
making me really sad. Like I'm happy to see them, but oh my god, I'm old.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Last comment of the day from Sleeve Nash again. Love the John Hula Hulakitis shout from Greg the other day. This is the type of guy who I can see transferring to Illinois because he's from the state. Who's another player you guys can see transferring up a level if he has a good season this year?
First off, great pronunciation by you on the spot, Pulakidis. Didn't
Is
expect
that
you
it?
to
Is
get
that
it
right?
wrong. It was great. Yeah, it was great.
Ooh.
I do. I love Pulakidis. He's nasty. Love him. Loved him last year at Yale. Ooh, who could come up a level? I mean, the obvious one last year would have been Robbie Avila, and that was an Illinois rumor, and we kind of thought he'd end up at a high major, but he just like wants to keep playing for his coach. Ah,
I don't know if he has another year.
I have one, and I hate myself for it. Go ahead though.
Is it an up transfer?
It would be, but
It
you
would
you
be.
you go. You go.
Mine was going to be Xavier Lee from Princeton, but I think he's going to
Yeah.
be in his final year.
Yes. No, I don't think so.
Does he have? Does he?
I don't know what year he is. I thought he had two left.
Okay. If he does, then he would 100% be my pick.
Yeah, he'd be great. All right. Let me preface this by saying I hope this never happens. I hope he gets his jersey retired at his current school and takes them to new heights. Miles Rubin's a high major center.
Oh, Gregory.
Miles Rubin is more than a high major center. I think Miles Rubin would start on blue blood caliber teams in about a year. And he's running it back for year 2 at Loyola. He led the country in block rate, I believe, last year. I expect massive things from the highest rated recruit in Loyola history. I'm not tampering with a Loyola. I would never. I tamper to Loyola. I don't tamper away from Loyola. But Miles Rubin is a high major player.
Miles Rubin or Van Lubin?
Miles Rubin.
Okay, same.
Also a Reuben Lubin from Forward
Do
Special.
you like Reuben sandwiches?
No, disgusting.
Me too. I hate Reuben everything. Reuben sandwiches, Reuben stuttered.
Why do you hate Reuben Studdard?
Because all he did was give another fat person for me to be compared to.
That's a really good point, actually. Honestly, the fact that no one's made the Reuben Studdard Clay Aiken comps with the two of us yet is crazy.
Well, way to just throw it out there. I can't wait to see the Photoshop that's gonna hit after this episode. Let's get to the show.
I'm sorry to producer Jacob today. We've really chopped this up horribly. First off, we have to do our ad read. We are brought to you by the reliable HVAC solution experts. That's Duncan Mechanical Solutions, Cart. If you're looking for quality furnace repair, You don't have to look any further. The heating and air experts that you can trust are right here, serving Northeast Indiana and Southern Michigan. Comfort and quality. That's two things you like. You live a life of comfort and quality. Well, that's their standard over at Duncan Mechanical Solutions. Whether it's heating and air conditioning, plumbing, kitchen, bath remodeling, or emergency services when you need them most, Duncan has the service that you can count on. Go to DuncanMechanicalSolutions.com for more information. Shout out to Duncan for making sure we have a presenting sponsor this month. Also, shout out to Swing Happy Golf Cart. Can we take a look at this right here?
Yeah, we can. Can. You going to the wrong shoulder immediately, though. Come on.
No, like sitting in the chair, I don't know what direction's what. You know what I mean? So yeah, we had to pause the episode because shout out to Evan Meyer, co-founder of Swing Happy Golf, who is an apparel partner of ours now. He dropped off some goodies cart. So we put this in the Discord last month. We haven't made this available to the public yet. We will make it available to the public in about a week. But we have some merch items for the first time ever. You can see this. Look at this little, what do they call this? Like a Henley type thing, like a little button golf shirt.
A little mock, isn't it
mock something. It's a mock golf shirt. The material's gorgeous. I can tell you that. It's as soft as a baby's cheeks right here. And we have one in white and one in black, which represents us. So I'm personally wearing the black because that's the one of us that I like more. And then I would assume you'll wear the white because you like me more.
I like you more. Black's more slimming.
It is more slim. That's why I'm wearing the black, if we're being honest. But they're really comfortable. They're really nice. We're going to be rocking these all the time. We have some golf content coming with Swing Happy in a week, unless we cancel again for the third time. But I don't think we're going to cancel this time. I'm looking forward to filming that. So, yeah, a little like Bob Does Sports Style 2v2 golf outing. The Sleepers boys in either black or white, and the Swing Happy boys in either the other black or white. You can buy this. You can get it. There's a link that we'll make available in the Discord. The Discord already has it. I saw the 12 people who ordered this already are getting their shipments. I saw the shipment in the back of Evan's car about 20 minutes ago. And yeah, those are going out soon. If you want to buy one, join the Discord and you can get more info. And in a week, we'll make this available to the public so everybody can buy them.
Can I have 3 guesses at what Evan Meyer drives?
I got to be honest, I didn't look.
Oh.
I saw him though. Can you blame me? I saw the silhouette.
Like, you didn't look at the car. What did you look at anything on the surround? You know,
I have no idea where we were just a minute ago. He was wearing a Colorado Buffaloes hat and like a black little overcoat. It was gorgeous.
Man, what a guy.
If you like him, wait until you see his co-partner Joe. Honestly, we're horrible mistake for us to film content with the two of them.
Yeah, we're on the chopping block. We're gonna have to come with something special. Also, like, you're gonna have to carry us. They're 2 good golfers.
They're really good at golf, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good at golf.
They're really good at golf. They have soccer bodies and they're handsome.
What do we do with that?
We partner with it and make merch.
We partner with it and we mentally attack them.
You're right. We can definitely mentally tear them down.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I don't want to throw our whole game plan out there, but like my main attack is that they have that much going for them, but also their names are Joe and Evan.
That's a good one. I definitely have like a don't you got a study hall to host in the bag for Evan.
Ooh, okay.
Joe's hard to get though. Joe's hard to get.
Okay, maybe a junior clubs joke. Something.
We'll work on this. Anyways,
like Charlie Woods joke.
Stay tuned for the content. Stay tuned for the merch drop. It's coming next week. Cart, let's get to the show. CBK Report, big time Twitter account, did their top 30 sophomores in college basketball, Cart, and it's a list. It's a list. It's a big list. This is a hard.
It's a list.
This is a hard undertaking to do. I'm actually, to be clear, I want to make sure I'm not throwing any shade. I think CBK Report gets a lot of shit from certain people or sites, and I don't think they should. Like, I think there's a lot of people who like downplay engagement as if it's just like all for clicks and all nonsense. And like being good at engagement is a huge skill set, and it is like really important in being successful in this industry. So nobody should be ashamed of being good at engagement. CBK Report is really, really good at engagement. They come up with good stuff like this. So we're a pro list podcast. This is a list. Top 30 sophomores in college basketball. JT Toppin at Texas Tech is number 1. PJ Haggerty at Memphis is 2. Josh Hubbard, Mississippi State, 3. Colin Murray Boyles at 4. Owen Freeman at Iowa at 5. I think you could have given me 100 chances, and I would have never gotten more than one of those 5 names correct if I was trying to make the top 5 sophomores in college basketball. Milan Momcilovic, 6. Miles Rice, 7. Dedon Thomas, 8 from UNLV. Jackson Shellstad, 9. Oregon. Mackenzie Mbako, 10. Indiana. 2 Indiana sophomores in the top 10. I'll just fly through the rest of the names quickly. Marcus Burton, Elliot Cadeau, Malik Mack, Alex Condon, Krivas from Arizona, Bain Ndongo, DJ Wagner, Aiden Holloway, Jeremy Fears Jr. at 19, Jizzle James, 20, Eric Daly, KJ Lewis, JoJo Tugler, Kwame Evans, Jalen Stewart, Xavier Brown, Mason Falslev, Jalon Lowe, Sebastian Mack, and Solomon Ball. Ending this list. 2 UConn in the final 5. Jeremy Fears at 19. It's quite a list, like I said. It's a list, Cart. What's your reaction to this list?
My initial reaction is actually more so not judging like where guys are, as more so judging like there's actually some very talented sophomores that are in college basketball. Like this, okay, that's crazy. That's insane.
What?
An unprompted full-on grip and bite of a banana while I'm speaking?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? No. Oh my word.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know what list you need to be on, but you need to be on a list.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll just breeze past that, Reverend. But there's some very talented guy. Come on, man. Like, I can't work like this. I can't. Like, you are just full on attacking an unwrapped banana, by the way. Like, that thing is all the way undone, and you are palming it and eating it.
I've been laughing about this for an hour knowing I was going to do this. Continue, though. Please continue.
Are you good?
Just go, yeah, just
okay.
We're working on our top 30 sophomores in college. There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot of good ones, a lot of talented ones in the Big Ten specifically, though. Like, you got 2 Oregon guys on this list. You got Owen Freeman, Fears. I'm even looking at the list right now, and all I can see out on my peripheral is you. And then you bite it slow. You're ruining the show, man. You really are. But listen, I like this list, actually. There's a couple guys that are in the, like, I love Hubbard and I love Haggerty. They shouldn't be above Murray Boyles. You can make an argument that maybe Mackenzie Mbako should be higher on this list. But I think this honestly bodes well for the Big Ten in general, that these sophomores are going to be really, really good. Mm-hmm. Are you surprised that no Purdue sophomores made this list?
Do you want like Cam Heide on this list?
I don't know how they do like redshirt situations, but I feel like Cam Heide should be on this list. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the redshirt's the question. I don't know if he counts. Also, yeah. Jeremy Fears is a freshman.
True. Also, Miles Rubin should have been on this list. Banana Bandit.
The banana's gone for the record. I was so excited to do that all morning. Okay. Can we do like a quick too high, too low for everybody on this list?
We most certainly can.
JT Toppin, not the best sophomore in college basketball.
We're positive?
Yes. Are you not?
No, he's probably not the best sophomore.
There's some great sophomores in this sport.
There are.
JT Toppin is not the number 1 guy. Come on.
Man, he's good. You know, I love JT Toppin, though.
Yeah, he's not the number 1 guy. He's just not. Like,
number 1 in my heart.
He might be number 7 on my list. PJ Haggerty, 2's too high.
Yes, I agree with that. And
Josh Hubbard's good.
I'm a Haggerty guy. And
Josh Hubbard's good. 3's too high.
Yes.
Colin Murray Boyles at 4, I think, is too low. I think he's the number 1 sophomore in college basketball.
I would agree, yes.
Owen Freeman at 5 is either too high or just right. I think it's probably a little high.
It's a little high. And a lot
of people like Owen Freeman, but you swap the 6 through 10 on this list with the 1 through 5, I feel a lot better. Milan Momcilovic should probably be 2 or 3.
I was going to say, should the list probably go Murray Boyles, Momcilovic? Ooh. Like, could we make an argument Mbako's 3rd?
I would put Mbako in the top 5. I would put Malik Mack in the top 5. Like,
yeah.
That's those guys are like non-negotiables to me. Like I think Momcilovic, Mbako, Malik Mack, and Murray Boyles all have to be in the top 5. And then you can debate who's 5. But
Miles Rice might be 5.
Miles Rice could be 5. Marcus Burton could be 5. I think Krivas could be 5 if you believe in him. I wouldn't hate Shellstat at 5.
I like that. I like that Thomas Jr. is in the top 10 because he was so damn good last season.
Yeah, he was. KJ Lewis at 22, too low.
Too low.
He's gonna be a breakout star. I don't mean to fixate on it, but I have to fixate on it. Having Jeremy Fears ahead of guys like Jizzle James, crazy to me. Like Jizzle James is like a proven college basketball player. It's pretty good. Like I think if Jeremy were to replicate that, like that would be a great year. That's like a top 10% outcome for Jeremy Fears this year. That goes for Aiden Holloway also. Like Aiden Holloway is not proven at all. You can believe in a breakout for him, but I don't think you can have guys like Fears and Holloway who were objectively pretty bad last season ahead of guys like that. DJ Wagner too at 17. He was better than Fears and Holloway, but man, I would have those guys close to the bottom of this list. KJ Lewis definitely is a breakout guy I would want higher. I think the 2 UConn guys, Solomon Ball and Jalen Stewart, can make you look stupid in hindsight years from now. I think Sebastian Mack's too low at 29. I think he was really good. I'd have him ahead of all the DJ Wagner, Aiden Holloway, Jeremy Fearses. Malik Mack 13 is too low. Way too low. That guy's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, even get picky like JoJo Tugler to me. I'm taking over Alex Condon. Like,
Yeah.
It's my main takeaway from this list is there's a lot of good sophomores. That's my number one takeaway. But there's definitely some interesting decisions on here, especially because like with sophomores too, it's like, do you do projecting? Because like obviously you mentioned like guys like Aiden Holloway, he was objectively awful last season, but like you said, we're pretty, positive on what his future might be. Even guys like I think KJ Lewis is going to be an NBA player.
Yeah.
I think he should be way higher on this list, like you mentioned. Jelon Lowe's coming off a great CP3 camp and a good freshman season. So good for college hoops.
All of that said, it's a great list, but
it is never easy to make lists, no matter what. All people do is what's the movie? Django. Criticize. That's all it is. Like that's what lists do. All they do is get criticized by people who don't make lists.
Elliot Cadeau at 12, too high, too low.
Too high.
Jeremy Fears at 19, too high, too low.
Too high.
Should Xavier Booker be on this list instead of Jeremy Fears?
Given last year, yes.
That's sort of where I'm at too. Like I think if you were projecting one of these two to be the breakout guy, wouldn't it be Book?
Yes.
You could do both, but like I think Booker's the higher upside one, right?
Oh yeah, higher upside for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I would go. Like if we were going to take a shot at Michigan State guy, I would go Booker. Last thing for me, Indiana has 2 top 10 sophomores according to this list. I would advocate Mbako should be top 5. Rice is probably around the right spot at 7. If you made a list of the best seniors in college basketball, Umar Ballo's top 10, right?
I
think so.
Probably, maybe just edge of 10.
I mean, we don't need to like go through that, but I think it's pretty safe he'd be top 10 based on the deal he got coming there, and also just there aren't 10 guys who average a double coming back.
Yeah.
You're down on Ballo, but I think saying Umar Ballo's top 10.
No, I'm not down. Saying he's top 10. I'm not with. I'm not with that.
Wasn't he like all Pac-12 like couple years running?
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many guys like as accomplished or as productive as him that are still playing.
I mean, like you just start if you just start naming players, how long till you get to Ballo though?
Let's go through now we got to do this. I was trying to make a point and you've really derailed the point with your hesitation. Let's look at the best players.
You said seniors or best players?
I'm talking seniors.
Seniors. Okay, so you have RJ Davis.
Yep.
I take Walter Clayton over him. I take Hunter Dickinson over him. I take Janai Broome over him. I take Mark Sears over him.
That's 5. And then
You're
you're
not
in
gonna like
Umar Bala territory.
you're not gonna like the names I say after this, but I would take them over him.
What are the names?
I would take Grant Nelson over him.
That one's a toss up at best.
Would you take John L. Davis over him?
I think they're very similar. I would have them both in the top 10.
Both in top 10.
Yeah.
I'd take John L. Davis.
I mean, either way, you're stretching for the final three.
I take Eric Dixon over him.
That's crazy.
I was gonna take. What if I want to take Vlad?
Yeah, so this has proven he's a top 10 senior in college basketball. Malik Renew, top 10
Take
junior in college basketball, right?
Jordan Pope over him.
Malik Renew, top 10 junior in college basketball.
Yes.
So Indiana has two top 10 sophomores, a top 10 junior, and a top 10 senior in their starting
Yep.
five.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure I had my numbers right on that.
Is Mike Woodson a top 50 coach?
Are you taking Cannon Carlisle or Jeremy Fears this year?
Jeremy Fierce.
I saw that facial expression. I saw that little twitch. Your
What
lip
twitch?
quivered. Your lip quivered. If
You
given
monitoring my lip quivers, insane.
moments after eating a banana, if given the opportunity, you can right now swap Jeremy Fears and his next 4 years he could play at Michigan State for the next 3 years of Cannon Carlisle. Snap your fingers. The trade happens. It's like they never even started in each other's shoes.
Nope.
You wouldn't do it.
Nope.
Do you really mean that?
I'm 100% mean that Jeremy Fears is better than Cannon Carlisle. It's always been better. He's always been better than Cannon Carlisle.
He hasn't been in college.
In the 1 year they both played in college, yes, Cannon Carlisle was sure, he's better.
And we expect that to change.
Jeremy Fears would have done better than Cannon Carlisle did at Stanford if the situations were
Why is your head like going off?
Because I'm swapping this. I'm swapping the situations.
We need to start playing poker. I think you have a lot of tells, Cart.
Like what?
So it's a fun exercise. Shout out to CBK Report. Topic number 2. How many point guards would you take over Jeremy Fears Jr.?
God damn it.
All right, this is actually a topic I'm really excited for. I want to play a game of Big Ten hypothetical over or under card.
Hey.
So you are going to have to play set the line, though. Like you...
Why would what?
You're the odds maker.
That's just not playing to the strengths of our program.
You are the odds maker.
It's like asking Umar Bala to shoot pull-up elbow jumpers. Why are we doing it?
It's like asking me to not eat bananas on camera. It's just never going to happen. So here is what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a prompt for specific teams or maybe even the conference as a whole. And then you are going to tell me what the line should be for the prompt. Like how many blanks in blank time span. You're going to tell me what the over-under should be, and then we will both decide would we take the over or the under. Now, I can contribute. Like, if I think your line's way off, I will certainly tell you we'll contribute and debate this. But
okay.
I think this game will be fun. Do you have any questions before the game begins?
No.
You good?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Prompt number 1. We'll start with your program. How many Final Fours will Michigan State make in the next 20 seasons?
I'm going to set the line at 4.5.
So you think 25% of the years going forward, Michigan State's going to make the Final Four?
I'm going to set the line at 4.5.
We're going to have to flesh this one out. This is how this is going to work. This whole topic became a brainchild of mine because of the Michigan State debate that got me banned from the Discord yesterday. I basically made some comments along the lines of like, March success stuff was special at Michigan State from 1999 till 2011. People took some big time exception with that. There was a lot of Michigan State fans being like, 2012 through 2019 was awesome too. I was like, yeah, you had 2 really good runs in that decade. A lot of programs have 2 really good runs. You also had like some failures. And that's every program. Like to me, the magic of Mr. March, Michigan State was 99 through 11. When Draymond left, you had like Appling and Payne who didn't get there. You had The Bridges era didn't get there. You had one great Cassius Winston year. You had one great Denzel Valentine, Travis Trice year, and then Zell lost in the first round his senior year. So like that's every program. Like Michigan made 2 Final Fours in that span. Purdue just made, like, everybody can do that for the last decade. So in my head, I started thinking, wait a second. 20 years ago, we would have set the over-under for Michigan State like 8 Final Fours in a 20-year span. Now I think it's changed. And we don't know how long Izzo's going to be here. We know Izzo won't use the money at his disposal from Ishbia. And maybe you would have a better chance at making Final Fours, quite frankly, if he was gone and there was someone who would use that money in the NIL era. So you setting the line at 4.5 for the next 20. How do you get to that number?
I guess.
How many of those 4.5 do you think would be attributed to Izzo? Like, if I flip this on you, would you, how many,
One.
What's the over under on Izzo Final Fours again in his career?
Oh, you set the line at a half.
At like 0.5?
Yeah.
It's like, is he going to do it again or not?
Is he going to do it or not?
So then if you're setting the line at 4.5 for 20, that would mean to tell me you think Izzo's gone relatively soon and someone else comes in that's higher ceiling.
I think Izzo's going to give me 1.
He's going to get you 1 in what, 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5, yes.
And then you're going to get 3 to 4 in the next 15 after that with whoever comes next.
Yeah.
Okay. And if that's the path, I like your line. If Izzo's here for like 10 more years coaching till his deathbed, I think you would lower the line a little bit, right?
Yeah, I would.
A little bit. Okay. All right. So at 4.5, you're taking the over?
No, I'm taking the under.
I would take the under at 4.5 in the next 20 for Michigan State. Okay. That was one of my 8 prompts. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I am. Golly.
How many Big Ten championships will Purdue win in the next 10 years? Big Ten regular season championships. Matt Painter runs this league right now. It's him and maybe Brad Underwood and nobody else.
Shared count?
Shared counts. A banner for a Big Ten regular season championship.
Season championship.
How many in the next 10 years for Matt Painter? What's the over-under?
So I'm going to walk you through my thinking process here, even though it might be stupid, but I'm going to walk you through it. Braden Smith is there another 2 years. That automatically gives them, I'm starting at 2 championships, Big Ten regular season. After those guys leave, though, like he hit with Braden, he would have to hit with another player, which he might do because it's Purdue.
Yeah, even if we're imagining a world post Braden and Fletch, like
post Braden, Fletch, Edie, like that's an era moving on.
But I mean, the team immediately after that, in theory, is going to be like Jakari Harris, Jacobson, Heidi Golden.
You said 10 years, correct?
In the next decade, 10 years.
Next decade, I would set the line at. There's more teams involved now too. Ugh. I want to say 5.
A hard 5, not a 4.5.
No, 4.5. 4.5.
I think I'm gonna get spicy. No, you can set the line. I'm not gonna change your line. I think at 4.5, that's a fair line. I'm hammering the over if it's 4.5.
What would you say to that?
I think 5 is about right. 5.5, you would convince me to maybe bet the under. But I think the number I would hone in on Big Ten championships for Matt Painter in the next 10 years is 6.
6 out of the next 10.
I think, you got to imagine, in my opinion, well, you know what? No, I got to change this because I have Indiana winning the league this year.
That's what I'm saying. Teams like, there's also
I didn't think of it that way.
There's more teams now too.
There are harder. Yeah, no, we're too high. I'm taking the under at 4.5.
Okay, I think they win 4. That's what I would put it at. I think
a lot. 40% of the Big Ten championships in the next decade would be a lot.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Be really good. Yeah, I'll take the under at 4.5. Okay, that was good thought process. I was in a mental pretzel on that one. Here's the third one. How many Final Fours will Brad Underwood make in his entire Illinois tenure? What is the line? This is a tough one because you don't know how long the tenure will be. It could be 2 years. It could be 20 years. But what do you set the line at for Brad Underwood Final Fours at Illinois in his life? I love this game.
I hate this game. They're gonna hate this. Brad Underwood's gonna make a Final Four, and it's time coaching. I don't know if I believe it's gonna be at Illinois.
So are you setting the line at 0.5?
But I respect Brad and what he's doing at Illinois, so I'm gonna set it at 1.5. But I'm gonna take the under.
I'm impressed with your line making right now. I think 1.5 is the right line. With that said, well, I want to say this out loud. You saying Michigan State is 4.5 for the next 2 decades and Brad Underwood's Illinois is 1.5 is going to piss a lot of people off.
How do you know? How do you know that Brad's not going to be in Michigan State after this?
Again, I understand that's part of the conversation, but you're also banking on a coach you don't even know who it is at Michigan State, winning you 3 Final Fours after whatever Izzo leaves you. Whereas like Illinois is humming right now, was a game away from a Final Four, is bringing in the best recruiting classes in school history. And you're just like, yeah, maybe 1, maybe. I'll take the under. Like,
I mean, you never know. I mean, it could be another. They got there. They did. They did it. They exercised the demons. They beat Morehead State. They beat a spunky Duquesne team to get to that second weekend. They beat one of the better teams in the tournament in Iowa State, and then they ran the UConn. And boy, did they run into them.
I think 1.5's the right line. I'm taking the over. I think he gets to 2 somehow. That's also under the I think Brad coaches at Illinois for like 8 years.
Okay.
I would not take over 1.5 for anything under 8 years. But I think he could get there twice in the if last year felt very John Beeline getting over the hump to me. Like he got there. Now it's talent time. Now take 8 years of winning and see what happens. Yeah, I'm telling you, the 4.5 for Michigan State and 1.5 for Illinois. People aren't going to like you when I make this a graphic in a couple days.
Oh, come on.
Next one.
Son of a bitch.
How many times in the Dusty May Michigan tenure does Michigan miss the NCAA tournament? What is the line? They just missed the tournament last year. How low is the floor for Dusty May in his tenure at Michigan?
I'd set it at half.
They're not a projected in the field team this year.
I think if there was a year they'd miss it, it'd be this year. That'd be the only year.
So you think things will be on an upward trajectory enough that he will not miss the tournament at Michigan after this season?
Yeah.
That seems like that conflicts with your views on Dusty the last times we talked.
How so?
Well, I just like you've alluded to there being a lot of disaster potential. And like Florida Atlantic wasn't safely in the tournament this year. Like
Made it though.
Yeah, but I think you have that type of season in a stronger conference, you're probably out, right? They made it because they got to beat up on a lot of American teams in conference play.
Well, they had a good non-con though. They beat some teams.
Okay. All right. I'm pleasantly surprised that's your answer. I just that was a prompt for you, thinking you would double down on your Dusty Mayfield.
Wouldn't you set it there?
If the line was 0.5, I think I would take the over. I don't. I hope they make it this year, but I think it's 50-50. And if it's a 50-50 shot in year 1 and the line's 0.5, like I'd rather
is it 50
bad year. I don't think they're mocked in the tournament right now. I don't.
But doesn't that go against your feelings on Michigan this year?
I think they're a pure bubble team. I think they're 50-50. I think it's pure bubble. I got to see it to know. I think they have the talent to make the tournament for sure. But the guard plays a huge question. Like, I'm not running from the fact there's huge holes on this team and a huge question mark.
Yeah. So, like, expectations, though, is what?
My expectation is that this year's team wins at least 18 games. Like at worst, give me what Indiana was last year.
Got
like
you.
a 19-win season, but not in the tournament. And then upward trajectory, like get some recruits, show me it's coming. That's my expectation.
Okay. Bet.
But if you're giving me 0.5 as the line for Michigan missing the tournament in the Dusty May era, I will hammer the over, and it will hurt my heart, but I will hammer
Yeah.
it.
Well, what I would probably set the line is 1. Like I think like I said, I think if they miss it, it'd be this year.
Okay.
Moving forward, I don't think it's that hard to make the tournament.
Not
It's
for your
really
program,
not.
it's not.
But it's like in general though, like it's really not that hard. You
It's
got to
harder
be
than
bad.
it's harder than you think. It's harder than you think, my friend. Okay. I have another Brad Underwood one actually. How many non-Illinois teams does Brad Underwood coach before he retires from coaching in the remainder of his college basketball coaching career?
I set the line at 2. Ah,
He's not exactly young,
no, he's not.
not old either, but I don't think
I
he's
set
looking to jump like that.
I set the line at 1.5.
1.5. I think if he left Illinois, it would be for the forever job.
You think?
Yeah, which like I still think that's coming, but I don't think he's like gonna jump to somewhere random and then jump again. Like what's the path where he ends up at 2 different schools?
Something happens where it doesn't go well.
Like he gets fired?
Not even fired for success reasons, like maybe like administration, like they're not seeing eye to eye reasons.
Whitman pulls the plug. Something happened.
Why are my checks not cashing?
Mm. I mean, the only basketball path one I could see is like if he jumped for Kansas State, his alma mater, and then jumped to a blue blood after. But the blue bloods had a lot of openings this year and didn't call. So
Well, you want to know Brad's actual path?
yeah,
I think there's a chance he ends up at maybe a blue blood school after this, right?
yep,
He's there for a long time. It's his forever job, like you said, right?
yep, yep.
Retires, takes 2 years off. He's good, right? He's living life. Tyler's got grandkids. He's feeling really good right now. Tyler's doing a good job coaching Illinois. Kansas State needs someone to come fill in.
Oh, the
They need someone to.
home.
Hey, come on! Like we're struggling right now. We had to fire Jerome Tang Jr., Jerome Tang the third. He didn't do too well. We need someone to just be the intern coach, maybe, and then we'll see. And he spends like a year or two there.
Okay. Okay. Um. So you're taking the over at 1.5.
Yes.
I'm taking the under at 1.5 to be clear. All right, I have 3 left. I love this so much. I could do this all day. How many second weekend appearances in the NCAA tournament does Indiana make under Mike Woodson?
How many second weekends?
Second weekend, Sweet 16 or better. How many will Indiana basketball make under Mike Woodson? What is the line? He was almost fired 2 months ago.
I'd set the line at 1.5.
Ooh, this is a good line. You're making good lines today. Ooh. Is one of those this year?
Oh, no, I'm setting the line at 1.5.
Yeah.
I take the under at half.
You think it never happens,
No, I don't think it ever happens.
but you think people would bet it at 1.5.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you did me dirty. I would have hammered the 0.5 over. If this year's team doesn't make a Sweet 16, then I think it's going under because then there's gonna be a lot of loud critics.
Mm-hmm.
But if this year's team makes it, then the program's humming again. And
Yep.
then Braylon Mullins, Trent Sisley.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes down to do you believe in this year's team? And I do.
You do.
I gotta take the over.
All right. Best of luck to you.
2 left. Brad Underwood, Matt Painter, Tom Izzo, Dusty May, and Mike Woodson. 5 coaches.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those 5 coaches are still coaching their current team 7 years from now?
7 years from now.
The year is 2031. It's July 2031.
Ooh.
Brad Underwood at Illinois, Matt Painter at Purdue, Tom Izzo at Michigan State, Dusty May at Michigan, and Mike Woodson at Indiana. How many of those 5 guys are still coaching their team 7 years from now? What's the line? This is such a good one, man.
I think the line should be 1.5.
1.5?
Yes.
If you set the line at 1.5, you got to hammer the over. You have to.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Because the implication is Painter will be there. So
Yeah.
all you need is one of the other 4. And it like at least one of them will somehow still be there. Like if it's 1.5, over 1.5's got to be
better
like
line. The better line is probably 2.5.
That is the better line. And you're hammering the under at 2.5?
Yes.
Talk me through each guy.
Brad's at another school. Paint's at Purdue. Izzo retires. May's at another school. Woodson is fired.
What's the Dusty move? Like a blue blood calls in 7 years?
He goes to Indiana once Woodson's fired.
Oh, so those go hand in hand.
Yeah.
See, I think if just individually, do I think this guy will be there in 7 years at their school? I think Brad Underwood is a toss-up, but I'd say yes. Matt Painter, yes, definitely. Tom Izzo, I think, is a 50-50, man. Like, I think y'all think he's ready to go, and I think this man never plans on leaving. So it'll come down to health, but we'll see. Dusty May, I think, is 50-50. Like, if he's not doing great at Michigan, it's not like unless Kentucky or Indiana calls, I don't think he's running to leave, but it could happen. I think it's 50-50. And then Woodson, I mean, Indiana's doing great right now. Like, so I think all those are 50-50 shots, which you add it all up is probably 2.5.
Also, Woodson did state that no one can make him leave.
Right.
Like
if I had to go gun to my head, I would take the over on 2.5, and I would say Painter, Underwood, and Dusty May are still at their schools.
Why is there a gun to your head?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, final one. How many national championships does the Big Ten Conference win in the next 10 seasons? What's the line? Everybody knows we're cursed. We haven't won one in forever. But reminder, 7 different schools have played for a national championship from the Big Ten recently.
I'd set the line at 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. Because if it's at half, I feel like the value would be hammering the over. That someone gets there and gets it done.
I would bet the under at 0.5.
You would?
Here's my big reason why. If we didn't get one in the Edey era, what is coming? With all due respect, like it's a transitionary period right now.
Like, about
Tom Izzo's not a real title threat these days, and we don't know if he's going to leave. Dusty May is a long way away from title worthy. Mike Woodson is Mike Woodson, as you always say. Brad Underwood's good. They're a big leap from the best, as we saw in the Elite Eight. And he's probably the second best in the conference. Like, Painter just had his best team ever and was a blowout. So, part of that was how good UConn is. But I think, you look through top 25 polls, some people say there's no top 15 team in this conference. So, we might be headed towards a decade where these Pac-12 teams come in and, there is no top 10 program.
Don't got to be top 10 to win a title, though.
You don't. But, we don't have a UConn.
Can we fluke our way to one?
Maybe Musk could. Maybe honestly, UCLA might be the best option here. I'm taking the under at 1.5. What are you taking?
I'm taking the over at half if we're setting it at that.
What is it at 1.5?
1.5, you got to take the under.
I mean, according to you, Michigan State will be there 4 times, so you're going to have 4 shots at it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Did you like that exercise?
Didn't enjoy a second of it.
It was so fun. Final topic. You came up with this the other day when we were doing our 5 teams exercises, but 5 teams that are most likely to finish the season ranked in the top 25 that absolutely nobody sees coming. So last time we were just looking at the ESPN way too early top 25 poll. This time I'm going to ask you to consider teams that are consensus projected nowhere near the top 25. Like you would just not ever see anybody list this team as a ranked team in college basketball this season. I have 5, or we can collaborate on this. How you want to go about it?
Let's collaborate.
Okay. I have teams from 5 different conferences.
Okay. Well, can you walk me through a little bit of your thought process on these, on how you got to these teams?
Honestly, I just sorted the conferences and just looked until I found somebody whose roster I believe
On
in.
what website?
I just jumped on KenPom.
Okay. I do not have a KenPom subscription.
That's really tough. Okay. Northwestern is my first one. This always goes back to when we did the Big Ten draft exercise and you had Barnheiser and Barry, and it was like those guys are really good. Chris Collins has been coaching his butt off. I do think there's a world where Northwestern just remains way better than people think.
I like that pick a lot. And I think that Leach is better than people are talking about right now. Like, if he can be something, anything like Budarius, it'd be really, really good for their chances with Tyberry, with Barnheiser, and like Martinelli's actually good.
Yeah,
like
really
Martinelli's
good. He's really good. He's really, really good. Yeah,
I like that. I like that shout a lot. Ooh, is Ohio State too good to be factored into this?
probably not, because I have a team Ohio State caliber coming in a little bit. I have a couple
Okay,
actually that caliber, but
I'd like to make a shout for Ohio State. Just like, what if Michi Johnson's actually good? And what if Bruce Thornton breaking up from Roddy Gale is like what he needs?
you've been so anti that all summer. It's just
I
funny to
know.
hear you say it out loud. Like,
I
what if
know.
Michi's actually
What if
good?
he's actually good? And then like, what if like the wild card bigs are like the McDonald's All American level caliber players that
Yeah,
they are? Like,
could
this
happen.
hit. You're looking at Bruce Thornton, Michi, Sean Stewart being great, um, Micah Parrish being good, Aaron Bradshaw, Devin Royal. Like, there's some guys on that team.
You're right. It could happen. Could absolutely happen. All right. My next one is not in a power conference, but I think they're good, and I think they weren't mentioned. Robbie Avila's new team, St. Louis.
And Lewis,
Like
okay.
it wouldn't be a shock if they just do what Indiana State was last year, right? And like become a team that's receiving votes in the top 25.
I mean, they do have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I would agree with there. Um, so when you say make a run in the NCAA
No,
tournament,
it's not NCAA tournament, it's top 25. Who's going to
oh,
finish in the poll as a top
oh,
25 team in the country?
got you. Okay, so okay, I got you there. I got you there. All right, I like that shout by you. E finishes the season in the top 25. It's not in it. I don't want to do. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go Memphis finishing in the top 25.
Yuck.
I know. But like, they got talent, man.
No, they have
Haggerty,
Dane.
Haggerty, Tyrese Hunter, Dane.
Yeah, I couldn't be more out on that group
No,
of 3 names. No.
no, you can't get there at all.
I mean, the case would be like they just like win their conference because that conference isn't good this year and FAU's bad now. Jakis, but
Jake,
like
Jake.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see that at all. But I guess it's not a bad shout for the exercise. I'm super out on it.
Okay,
Uh,
well, I don't like that shout, so I'm gonna go with another shout. The
okay.
only thing is,
Can we stop calling them shouts?
All my shouts are Big Ten centric.
That's fine. It's on brand. Just keep them coming.
But I'll do another one. Well, because I was gonna give Iowa a shout, and I feel like you won't like that.
Stop shouting.
So I was gonna give Iowa a whisper.
Why?
A starting five of Brock Harding, Josh Dix, Peyton
Bad,
Sanford,
average, overrated,
Owen Freeman is good.
good. Bad, average, overrated, good.
Hey,
Who's the 5th guy?
I don't know.
Does their coach want to coach?
Maybe.
That's not a yes. It's not good. My next one's crazier than Iowa though. So I was, you're not going to believe this. I was on the phone with Booby yesterday. I was on the phone with Booby from the Discord, resident Notre Dame fan.
Hey, I was gonna shout him out, Shrews.
He taught me into Notre Dame a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't let him know that he talked me into them because his method of talking me into them was like listing a bunch of dudes who straight up stink at basketball. Like I had to listen to like 7 minutes of Tay Davis and like why he's a great secondary point guard. But like Mataloko's actually good. And their freshman class, that's the one thing I took away from the conversation with Bowie. Like Sir Muhammad might be good and might matter for them. So I think it's only a matter of time for Shrews. I like the guards. I like Marcus Burton and Nepotism Jr. They could be good.
I like Nepotism Jr. I like that shout. I'm with you on that shout. Is Virginia on your list?
Not on my list, but I'm okay with that being a shout. I like them. We
Okay.
gotta stop shouting.
Tony Bennett Revenge, TJ Power. I like what they did. I like Worley. I'm a Worley guy. Virginia could be good.
Yeah, they could be. I
It could be.
believe in handsome salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I believe in him. Okay. My next one. BYU! Gave him a shout.
Okay. Good Lord.
I gave him a shout.
That was loud.
Latter-day Saints stand up. They're probably too good for this exercise, but I don't care. Nobody's acting like BYU should be a top 25 team except for us, and that's what I care about.
I like that shout, but I'm a challenge you here, Gregory.
What, they are a top 25 team?
No, you got Ken Palm up.
I will in a second.
I need one team in the hundreds. I need one.
You can't just flip the game on me.
I just no, I'm just at this is my one. They don't call me Carter Caveat for nothing. This is my one caveat.
I mean, these are last year's ranking. I already gave you Notre Dame.
Okay, I guess I'm good then.
I mean, Arizona State.
I mean, Jason Snow.
Michigan.
Jeremiah Fears.
Michigan. Michigan.
Michigan.
Michigan. Georgetown.
I'm surprised we didn't get to Georgetown.
Yeah, no, I'm going Georgetown. That's my answer. Malik Mack could just be like an absolute sensation.
Malik Mack is also incredible.
Yeah.
And we like the other pieces Georgetown got.
No, we don't. I don't like Jaden Epps, but
no. I said got this cycle. They got Micah Peavy.
Oh yeah, I like Micah Peavy.
Yeah, they got I like Jordan Burks. I think Jordan Burks can be good.
Me too.
Wait, they did get Jordan Burks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry. I had to make sure. Yeah, I like Jordan Burks.
Did they get Jordan Burks?
I think they did.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay. I think they did.
Yeah, they got Jordan Burks.
Okay, yeah. Like Jordan Burks.
Who's Jordan Burks?
He was on Kentucky last season, freshman.
I know. He averaged 7 points a game.
Okay. Did he?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
You want to do any more shouts?
No.
One big thing presented by Duncan Mechanical Solutions. If you're looking for quality furnace repair, to look no further than the heating and air experts that you can trust, go to duncanmechanicalsolutions.com for more big things. Like that. Oh, good. What do you got?
Let's see. I didn't come with one prepared today, but I think I'll go with this. My one big thing is that every household should have an umbrella. I don't have umbrellas, I realized today. And my pregnant wife had to walk to the car and to her office without an umbrella. And I feel like that's a negative towards me as a husband.
Did she hit you with a, hey, babe, do we have an umbrella? And you had to look her in the eyes and say, we don't.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
That's tough, Cart.
Yeah.
That's tough, Cart.
Yeah.
Did you go buy an umbrella yet?
No, I told her I was recording.
Are you gonna buy an umbrella?
When I get a chance.
Go buy an umbrella.
Where do you even get those at?
I would love to watch you trying to find an umbrella to buy.
I honestly, I would have to get over the mental hurdle, like me walking into like a Target and like, oh, hey, welcome, sir. Like, hey, question for you. Where are your guys' umbrellas?
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay. My one big thing. Do you like horror movies?
Yes.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Never knew this about you. Do you like go to the movies and see them in theaters?
Yeah.
Really? What's your favorite horror movie?
I mean, probably The Conjuring, I would say.
Wow. Had no idea you were a horror movie guy. This is interesting to me.
Yeah, I am.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not, but there's a quote unquote horror movie coming out Friday that I really want to see.
What is it called?
It's called Long Legs.
Oh, is that with Nicolas Cage? And they
Yeah.
showed like that preview with like the lady looked at him and her heartbeat went up to 170. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out on that. Very, very Pat Kelsey-esque, like,
Oh, really?
yeah, a little cringy to me. Like, oh my God. The first time she saw him, her heart rate went up to 170. Yeah, gasp. Like, all right.
I think I'm falling for it. It was that the first marketing you had seen from it?
Yes.
So over the last week before this, I've somehow seen all the other marketing stuff they've been doing. And like, I loved the move of the heartbeat thing as like a final piece of marketing. If it was all I had seen, I would agree with you. The other stuff I've seen is like super ominous and like doesn't reveal much. And it's pretty creepy. I'm really intrigued. People keep comparing this to Silence of the Lambs, which I loved as a movie.
Okay. I got to tap into that. Yeah, I'm a horror movie guy. I'm anti anything sad. I never understood people who put on movies that know it's going to be sad.
Got it. Yeah. I've honestly never really understood horror movies, but for some reason I'm very drawn to creepy Nicolas Cage.
If you squint, and I had enough
Oh
Corona
man.
premieres, you
Oh,
kind of look like Nicolas Cage.
all right. We're gonna end the show. Join us for a Riley Friday tomorrow with Riley Davis. We'll see you then.